when I look at the possible destinations, and look, the Lakers, no one has mentioned, and again, we're throwing out everybody's name. AD for Kevin Durant. I think to me that sounds for Durant. Now I also when I look at Kyrie. Now Kyrie's talking about wanting to go to LA. That's been the rumor mill and all this other stuff. And you're right. Russell Westbrook. And if you can just kind of swap that and just say, hey, we want to move on, then you take on that contract and you get some picks, because if you're talking about a buyout, like we talked about there, because we don't believe he's going to be in a Brooklyn Nets uniform next year, so you're talking about a buyout, so you're just going to cost money for nothing. Look, say what you want about Russ. Russ shows up every day to work.
Sure does.
Absolutely.
Russ shows up every single day. You don't question his effort. You don't question his durability. You might question his shot selection. You might question some other things, but you don't question his availability. You don't question him showing up.
An Iron Man.
He's an Iron Man, and so when you look at this, I could see Kyrie. I could see Kyrie getting to LA sooner than people think, if that's what the Nets do. Because I think a lot of places, we make it seem like Kyrie just going to want to show up someplace and like, hey, we're sending you to Oklahoma City for some picks, and they're going to, then he's going to get bought out and he's going to go to LA. So it's like, I think Kyrie Irving, high probability, ends the season in LA.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true. We all speculate that Kyrie could possibly end up in LA, but guess who else could end up in LA? Kevin Durant. And here's why I feel this way, right? When you look at the Clippers and you look at Kawhi Leonard, I want you to go back before Kawhi Leonard signed with the Clippers. He was on the phone begging Kevin Durant to pair up with him and go join the L.A. Clippers before he got on the phone and somewhat went behind Russ back and told Paul George to leave and asked to be traded to go to the Clippers. So I wouldn't.
Why did he go behind Russ's back?
Because, man, you know what I'm saying? There was some conversations being held.
We don't got to get into it, but I'm just how do you go behind Russ's back to talk to another man about what he wants?
Because they was already in conversations with one another before he went to Paul George. He was in conversations with Russ. That's another story. Anyway, what I'm saying is be on the lookout possibly for a Paul George KD swap. Listen, I'm not putting anything past Kawhi Leonard when it comes down to him trying to win and him trying to think about himself and what he could do for an organization. And we are talking about Kevin Durant.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.